What can I add to that? Not very much. You know, in 2022, when I went to Swahilipot and Pwani Innovation Week the first time, why don't my colleagues get that? I was actually a rare breed. I think I was a bit of a rare breed of an ambassador because I felt a little lonely. My tribe wasn't represented too well at the time, but in the meantime, I think we've done well. And to see my colleagues sitting here today, Michak, my friend and colleague, but also my neighbor, who opens Pwani Innovation Week to Asia and to the Global South, as he was saying himself about his 12 visits to Mombasa, and colleague Sultan, who actually, and he hasn't been introduced this way, but it's actually very important because he chairs the Committee of Permanent Representatives at Eynde, which, given that you will be at Pwani in October, you said you were going to do your best, but no, you will be there at Pwani in October, represents that environmental space that is so important to what Pwani does as well, to what Pwani Innovation Week and Swahilipot Hub do as well. And Henkyam on what can only be described as a very traumatic morning for you. I want to assure you that Pwani will lift your spirits. I hope you don't have to wait until October to have those spirits lifted. But so 10 years ago, someone had an idea, and they probably had a lot of skeptics telling them that it couldn't be done. But every good innovation story begins that way, doesn't it? Swahilipot Hub is proof that sometimes crazy ideas turn out to be the right ones. As Belgium's ambassador to Kenya over the last 5 years, I've had the privilege of meeting entrepreneurs and artists and programmers and engineers, students, and actually, to sum it all up, dreamers across the country. And if there's one thing that I've learned, never underestimate Kenyan ingenuity. You give a Kenyan a challenge and he won't ask you, is it possible? He'll ask you, by when do you need it? Thank you. Sometimes they don't even wait for permission. And like I often tell my young colleagues in the embassy, it's always better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. And that is very much the Kenyan spirit. In the Silicon Savannah, Kenya's greatest innovation isn't technology. It's optimism. And that is the spirit you find at Swahilipot. That spirit is what every innovator needs. Permission to experiment, permission to fail, but especially permission to try again. I leave Kenya in about a month. Please allow me one person. That was a sign from the gods of technology in Demo. You're the one who speaks best to them. Please speak to the gods of technology. Anyway, when a diplomat leaves a country, people often ask, what will you remember most? And of course, I'll remember the coastline, I'll remember the hospitality, I'll remember the wildlife. But above all, what I will remember from Kenya, from this experience, is the people. Your warmth, your humor, your resilience, your smiles. The extraordinary confidence of young Kenyans who refuse to believe that the future is something that simply happens to them, that they want to shape it. And I get enormous hope from that. I'm proud to have partnered with so many Kenyans and Kenyan organizations that invest in young people, innovation, and opportunity. And more than any, I'm proud of my relationship with Swahilipot Hub. Partnerships matter because innovation doesn't begin with technology. It begins with trust. Trust in young people, in ideas. Trust that if we work together across borders, sectors, cultures, we can solve problems that none of us can actually solve on our own. So, as Swahilipot celebrates its first 10 years, I have one wish. May the next 10 years produce even more entrepreneurs, more artists, more engineers, more change makers, and just enough successful startups that one of them decides to name a meeting room after a Belgian ambassador, or after an ambassador in Belgium. If not, I'll happily settle for a cup of kahawa and another invitation to Mombasa. Congratulations on your 10 years. Enjoy Pwani Innovation Week, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.